Do you want to lose all your friends? Do you want to be hated by entire locals? Do you want to sell your soul to the devil and go to hell? Then I got the perfect deck for you. Chainburn!
お前はもう死んでいる。何？
Hello, my name is Delta from Team Omega Summon and I'm going to show you my Chainburn deck profile. For the first two cards I play two Absolute King Backjack. This card allows you, when it sends to the graveyard, it allows you to see the top 3 cards of your deck, put them in any order, and then you can banish it in your opponent's turn to reveal the top card of your deck and set it to your side of the field as a trap. Then I play two Sandians. This card is used in big beat stick to get over problem monsters like Infinity or something. Use some monster that negates your spell traps and burns in the process. But the best time slot by far in this deck is Canyon. This card, you can target one card on the field, shuffle it back into the deck and burn 500 to your opponent. And the best thing about this card, your opponent can't respond to this. So any negator, any floodgate against your traps, gone.
So it really works well against Royal Decree.
I don't play the other Time Lords that have your opponent's life points because it's gonna negate it anyway, because everybody plays Disruption. But these cards are really versatile and getting things off the field.
Well, you play Time Lords in anything. It's your style, brother.
Bonus, these cards just help at stalling. For the traps I play 3 Oyama trios. The reason why I play this is because of Chainburn. You need to play it for these bad boys.
Tell us about this menace that's before our eyes.
It's really easy. Burns 500 for every opponent monster on the field. Burns 300 for every card on the opponent's field. And when it's destroyed by a card effect, it burns 1000. And this card burns 200 for each card on your opponent's field in the hand. You want to give your opponent a lot of resources so you can burn them really quick. That is basically the idea of the deck. The most fun part about this deck is scaring your opponent and letting it believe that you have a lot of these cards in your back row, so they are really scared to make any plays. And going to minus in the progress. Another card that really works well with Oyama Trio is Balance of Judgments. This card let you draw cards in the difference between your hand field and your opponent's field. So a lot of the time, this is the last card you have. You don't have any cards in your hand, maybe one, and you give your opponent 3 tokens. So your opponent got 6 cards, you can activate this card. It's the only one card on the field, so you can draw 5 cards or something. And it's basically a lot of the time gained from there. I play 3-Dimension Wall, way better than Magic Cylinder. It doesn't target and it works on unaffected monsters. Because it doesn't affect the attack, it affects who gets the damage. And if you don't know what it does, it changes if your opponent declares an attack, you can activate this card, change your opponent takes any battle damage, basically. But you have still can take it. For stall, 3 Telling Roars, because otherwise you die and you don't want to die. And the rest of the stall are 2 swords, Spiritual Swords of Revealing Light. This card is not the greatest card on the field. You can pay 1000 to negate an attack. But what you really want to do with that card is dump it in the grave. That's why you play 3 Foolish Burial of Goods. The reason why I play this over Baboku or anything is because Red Reboot is a thing, and this card just dodges Red Reboot. Also, before the errata from altar guys, it also in the grave didn't count as an activation but an effect, so it dodges their negation as well. But unfortunately, their errata negate also effects. For spell cards, I play 3 Pot of Duality, 2 Pot of Desires, 3 Card of the Mice, and 1 Chain Strike, sadly. Only 2 Pot of Desires because I already draw. This deck needs you need to draw a lot of cards to get into your resources again and again in this deck. And if you play more than 3, you already come across way too many times you get 2 and then you're pretty much out of your deck. But all the draw power you have. For the side deck, against altar guys, the only thing you need to worry about are the monsters, because the back row does nothing against you. So I play 3 Inspector Border, especially for them. Most of the time, when you summon this first turn against them, they can't do anything except late game when they can finally get 2 guys on the field and they can make the link monster. But most of the time, there is not much recovery from there, because you already burned them to death. For other monsters I play 3 Lava Golems and 2 Kaijus. In theory you can play Winged Dragon Dwarf Sphere mode, because you don't normal summon at all, almost all in this deck. But I find most of the time people don't even make a full board against you, because they're just too scared to get burned. And you need the Kaijus and Lava Golems, especially against Gokis. If they get a Trigate Wizard on the field of anything that negates a lot, and you can't get rid of them by your Time Lords normally, you auto lose. If they just keep negating your Pot of Dualities, Pot of Desires and Card of the Mice. For people that like to destroy my back row, 2 Waking the Dragon. Just to be dick. Against Red Reboots also, and all the irritating traps. I play Wiretap. This card I side in a lot, so it's a heavy cost, but it's most time worth it, because most people have only 1 out against your deck in their hands anyway when they side in, so Judgment gets rid of that. And depending on the deck I face, I play 1 Skildrain. And funny thing to do with this card is, when you normal summon this guy and activate Skildrain, you got a 4000 beat stick. For my extra deck, I play a lot of bullshit that I never get into. The cards I can theoretically get into are reduced to rank 1s, but that never happens anyway. Linkuriboh really works well with Backjack, gives you another stall and jumps you even sooner in the graves. I don't like to set this card and wait a turn for it to get to the grave, because ABCs and all the things that remove it instead of sending it to the grave really is annoying. For Waking the Dragon, 1 Ultimate Falcon, and if it's destroyed in your turn and you almost burn them to death, you can just summon this guy and attack them for 5000. And that was my deck profile.
And congratulations, Delta, you just made the whole of our subscriber base hate you. Have a good day, you all. This was Team Omega Summon. May your Omega be praised.